Hi everyone, Ohayo gozaimasu. Welcome! This channel is for Japanese learners of English. Kiyomo shadowing no lesson wo yadakimasho. Listen to today's real native conversation. Focus on the rhythm and shadow along. Practice daily to master tango, bunpao, hatsuan, and rhythm. Repeat and try again tomorrow if needed. Zehi. Chanaru no toroku wo onegai shimasu. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
Ever feel like you're constantly saying, huh? What was that? In English conversations?
Oh, all the time. It's like, did I just miss something crucial?
Exactly. And it's not just about not hearing. Sometimes it's like, I hear the words, but they just don't quite make sense.
Yeah, it's that moment when you realize you're in over your head.
Yeah.
So how do you handle that when you just need to ask someone to repeat what they said?
Well, the basic pardon works, but it's not always the best option.
Right. It's like,
Yeah.
Is that formal enough? Am I going to offend anyone? You know?
That's a good one. So let's dive into the world of asking for repetition without sounding like you're totally lost.
I'm all in. I'm sure people have been in the same boat.
So pardon is actually, okay, it is just that it has that old school vibe. You know, it's short for I beg your pardon.
Right. And it's totally fine in British English, but in the U.S., you might get a raised eyebrow. You can come off a little too polite, even old-fashioned.
I bet it can sound like you're from a period drama. So what's a better way to ask someone to repeat themselves?
Well, excuse me, is a good alternative, right? It's a bit more common in American English, and it has a casual politeness to it.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Hmm.
Works in most situations. You can say it with a slight upward intonation, so it's clear you're asking them to repeat, not just trying to get their attention.
Exactly. It's like saying, oops, sorry, I missed that. Can you go over it again?
And then there's the classic, could you say that again? Which is super useful.
Oh, yeah. Could you say that again? It's pretty straightforward, polite enough for most situations, without being overly formal.
That's true. And you can add a please to it if you want to be extra polite. Could you say that again, please? And you can also use repeat instead of say, right? Like, could you repeat that?
Totally. Could you repeat that, please? Sounds really nice. Very clear and respectful.
Mm.
And that brings us to another good one. Could you repeat that for me?
Yes. Could you repeat that for me? It's a really useful expression when you need someone to repeat something, especially if it was a little long or complex.
Yeah, that little addition makes a difference. It shows that you're making a specific request, not just generally confused.
What about something a bit more casual for friends?
That's where, what did you say? Comes in. It's simple, direct, and very common.
Right. It was the equivalent of asking what in your native language. But you got to be a bit careful with the tone, yeah?
Definitely. A flat, what did you say? Can sound kind of harsh. It's better to use an upward inflection so it is clear you're just asking them to repeat.
Or, for an even more casual vibe, come again.
Oh, come again is super laid back. It's friendly, like saying, oops, I spaced out for a second. What'd you say?
Yeah, that's perfect for friends, but I wouldn't use it in a business meeting.
I bet. Imagine asking your boss, come again?
Now, what if you did hear the words, but they didn't really register?
That's when, sorry, I didn't catch that, is great. It's like, I heard the sounds, but my brain didn't process it.
I like that. It's a nice way to say it's not you, it's me.
Exactly. You're taking responsibility for the fact that you didn't understand, and if you know you need them to slow down.
Could you please speak more slowly is always a good choice.
Yeah, it's direct but polite. And if you're not sure if you heard them correctly, you can say, what was that?
What was that? Is great because it allows the person to repeat, but with the option to add detail or explain. So it is less of a chore for them.
And that's where the beauty of a question like, what do you mean, comes into play. Sometimes you need to clarify beyond the literal meaning.
Absolutely. What do you mean? Is useful because it makes the other person think on their terms, and it's a genuine inquiry rather than just asking to repeat for repeating's sake.
Exactly. You are asking for a deeper understanding, not just the words themselves.
So it's not just about knowing the phrases, it's sort of about being aware of the situation and knowing when to use them.
You nailed it. Start with simple phrases, and as you get more confident, you can explore the variations.
That's great advice. It's all about taking small steps, learning from those small steps, and having the confidence to keep the communication flowing.
And remember, it's totally okay to ask for a repeat. Everyone needs it sometimes.
All right, we've finished today's lesson. How did you find it? 理解できない部分はありませんでしたか? Repeat and try again tomorrow if needed. Please let me know your kansa or request in the comments. ぜひ チャンネルの登録をお願いします。I look forward to seeing you all again soon. See you next time. Bye bye.